Can you imagine memorizing an entire subject in just one day before an exam? You walk into the exam hall and suddenly everything flows out of your memory with ease. No stress, no forgetting, almost as if you've transformed into a memorization machine. That is exactly what happened to Rami. Rami was not a genius student. He struggled with distraction and forgetfulness. He repeated lessons again and again, yet remembered almost nothing. He tried to focus, but his mind kept getting lost between paragraphs and pages. Then, on a single night, just hours before a decisive exam, he sat alone and realized he had to completely change his method. The next morning, he entered the exam hall. Every question felt clear. Every piece of information came out smoothly from his mind. Something new had awakened inside him. The result was shocking. A perfect score. Not a single mistake. The highest grade in the class. So what technique did he use? How did he manage to memorize an entire subject in less than 3 hours? I will explain everything step by step. But pay close attention, because the details you're about to hear might be the reason for your next breakthrough. I made this video because many of you asked for it, and because thousands of students feel lost before exams. I hope you watch until the end, because the methods I'll share may completely change the way you study. And if you focus and apply each step exactly as I explain it, I promise you this: you too can become a human memorization machine. But before we begin, let me clarify something important. In this video, I will share 5 proven, effective, and research-based strategies used in training top students, memory champions, and even advanced academic programs. Each method alone can make a huge difference, and you don't need to use them all. Just choose what fits you. Start with one technique, apply it to one lesson, and build from there. That's exactly how Rami began. The first change Rami made was simple, but powerful. Instead of trying to force entire pages into his mind, he began organizing information into small, clear units. His brain stopped seeing lessons as heavy blocks and started seeing structure, meaning, and order. Ideas became separated, labeled, and easy to retrieve. Instead of memorizing words, he memorized the skeleton of the idea, and once the structure was clear, the details followed naturally. His mind no longer panicked. It opened information like neatly organized drawers during the exam. Then Rami discovered something even more important. The brain doesn't remember words. It remembers images. He realized that while it's hard to recall a paragraph, it's easy to remember a picture, a face, or a scene. So he stopped memorizing definitions as text and started turning every concept into an image. The stranger, funnier, or more emotional the image, the deeper it stayed in memory. Each lesson became a visual scene inside his mind, and during revision, a single image was enough to unlock the entire concept. Studying stopped feeling boring and started feeling creative. But understanding alone wasn't enough. Rami noticed that information still faded if he didn't revisit it correctly. So instead of long review sessions, he used smart repetition, short focused reviews at the right times. He tested himself without looking at the book, forcing his brain to retrieve information instead of rereading it. This active recall strengthened his memory faster than hours of passive study. Within a few hours, the information no longer felt new. It felt familiar, solid, and permanent. Some information, however, was still difficult. Definitions, laws, classifications, and scattered details. That's when Rami turned to storytelling. He transformed dry information into imaginary stories. Each idea became a character, each detail an action, each sequence a scene. His brain followed the story naturally, just like it follows a movie. The logic didn't matter, only connection and flow. The more unusual the story, the stronger the memory. Studying became a mental adventure instead of a burden. Finally, Rami combined everything using one powerful technique. He used places. He imagined a familiar room and placed information inside it. Definitions on the bed, concepts near the door, steps along the walls. During the exam, he didn't search for answers. He walked through that place in his mind, retrieving information effortlessly. His memory became organized, visual, structured, and calm. I know all of this may sound overwhelming at first, but here's the truth. You don't need to apply everything at once. Start small. Choose one technique. Try it on one lesson. That's how Rami succeeded. Not because he was special, but because he was willing to experiment and change. If you're still watching this, you're not like everyone else. You're serious about improving. So like the video, share in the comments which technique spoke to you most. Subscribe if you want content that challenges your mind and strengthens your confidence, and share this with someone who feels lost before exams. Remember this, success is not decided by intelligence alone, but by persistence, courage, and the refusal to quit. Every great achievement starts with a single step. Start now. The train hasn't left yet, and dreams only need a heart that refuses to sleep.